Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Eye on the Tigers, a podcast all about the National Ice Hockey League, but one that always has an eye on the Telford Tigers. Last week, episode 7, I started to put together my all-time Tigers team based upon players that I've seen since I started watching and following the team back in 2008. Last week it was the turn of the defensemen, the netminders, so this week we're going to be taking a look at the forwards. If you remember, it's a maximum of 3 non-British trained players across the squad. Potential spoiler alert, but there weren't any amongst the defencemen. This week I'll be naming 12 forwards. Much as last week, it's going to be done in alphabetical order, and all stats are taken from Elite Prospects, so any addition errors are entirely mine. So, with no further ado, let's get straight in. So, first, as I say, working through it alphabetically, the first on my list is Doug Clarkson. Let's run through the stats first of all. So, 86 games played, 110 goals, 73 assists for a total of 183 points. So that's 2.13 points a game. Also clocked up 110 penalty minutes. Doug Clarkson represented the team whilst it was in the sort of the NIHL split after the English Premier had folded. Far too good for the level, quite simply. Absolutely massive guy, dominated games, very popular amongst fans. What was there not to love? Incredibly popular and a very easy choice to get in onto my team. Before I go on to second player, just to apologise as always, the info's all on the screen just to the right of me, so hence why I do look across. So number 2 on the list, probably going to be the least controversial pick of all, I would guess, Claude Dumas. 431 games played, 573 goals, 418 assists for a total of 991 points, so 2.3 points a game as an average. Also 400 penalty minutes. I mean, what can you say about stats like that? That's, just phenomenal. So rack them up and deservedly his number has been retired by the club. Just phenomenal numbers, they really are. Third up on my list of forwards, it's Bailey Harewood. 46 games played, 17 goals, 22 assists for 39 points, or 0.86 points a game, and also 31 penalty minutes. Incredibly talented player. We had him for a season, just under. Made a big impact, didn't look out of place on any line that he played on. Very talented player. Put up good numbers sort of wherever he's gone. Still very young. Yeah, he's a player that I'd be very happy if he was to come back to us. Next up, another young forward, Jack Hopkins. So 42 games played, 16 goals, 34 assists for 50 points, so 1.19 points a game on average, and 13 penalty minutes. He's playing up in the Elite League. I'd be surprised if he came back down to NIHL anytime soon. If he did, I do fear that it might not be the Tigers that he came back to, but it might be somebody else in the league. Solid numbers, and he's only improving. Nothing more to say there, really. Next on the list, one of our current players, actually. Very pleased to see he's re-signed for the upcoming season, Finley Howes. So at the moment, Finley Howes on 170 games played, 70 goals, 76 assists for a total of 146 points. So that works out at 0.86 points a game. He's also picked up 45 penalty minutes as well. Last season, I think, was, as I've discussed before, a big breakout season for Finley Howes. Points production, miles higher than it had been in previous seasons. He's still young, still developing. If he stays with the club for his career, he's going to have some pretty impressive numbers come the end, so we can but hope. As well as representing Tigers, he's also represented Tigers 2. So for them, it was 6 games played, 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points, so 0.83 points a game, and also 6 penalty minutes. Next on the list, another player who's had his number retired by the club, Daniel McCreel. So 283 games played, 138 goals, 155 assists for 293 points, so 1.04 points a game, 434 penalty minutes as well. So when I started watching back in 2008, 2009, he was captain of the team, very solid player, as those numbers show. He put up good numbers throughout. Also represented Tigers 2, or Tigers NIHL as it might have been then. And for them it was 23 games played, 4 goals, 8 assists for 12 points. It comes out at 0.52 points a game, and also picked up 56 penalty minutes. So that's the first 6. The second 6, as I say, continuing to work alphabetically. Again, a player who's coming back and representing the club in the upcoming season, Scott McKenzie. Some great numbers coming up here. So 442 games played, 263 goals, 379 assists for 642 points. So that's 1.46 points a game on average, and also 272 penalty minutes. Do kind of feel as though Mackenzie's role has perhaps changed a little bit in the time he's been with us. Certainly when he first joined, he racked up loads and loads of goals, but perhaps more recently we've seen him lay on a few more. Certainly last season, I think it was 19 goals that he got, but he topped 50 assists, so he's definitely setting plenty up. Wonderful to have him back for the upcoming season. No doubt it'll be another strong season. We'll get plenty of points production from him. Next on the list, one of my favourites. I can give a massive clue at this point. So there I think is the massive clue, the only loan shirt from last season, Andy McKinney. 202 games played, 68 goals, 104 assists for 172 points, or 0.86 points a game, and also 494 penalty minutes. Big player for us for a lot of the time. Could score, he could assist, you could see. Could mix it, provide the grittiness, get the team going. Just a great player to have on the team. Always enjoyed watching him play. I thought he brought a lot to the Tigers. Next on the list, Joe Miller. So 262 games played, 142 goals, 179 assists for 321 points, so 1.23 points a game, and also 362 penalty minutes. Just seemed to be that player who would sort of get onto the score sheet with a goal or an assist. He was just remarkably consistent in terms of what he did. There's kind of like no other way of putting it, I think. 10th is, let's say alphabetically, so 10th is Rick Plant. So Rick Plant's got 470 games played, 134 goals, 331 assists for 465 points, so 0.99 points a game, and also 326 penalty minutes. Just a solid all-round performer. Stick him on any line, penalty kill, power play, wherever. You know what you're going to get from him. Just remarkably consistent across all those games that he's played for the Tigers. Next up is Nathan Salem. So 138 games, 56 goals, 47 assists for 103 points, 0.75 points a game that averages out at, and 110 penalty minutes. I kind of feel a bit similar in some ways to Andy McKinney. Can score, can assist, can get points, can get the team going. It's sort of a bit of everything. Just sort of somebody ideal to have on the team. Certainly a player that I was happy playing for us, and if he wants to come back and join us, I for one would be very, very happy. Last and certainly not least is Jason Silverthorne. 336 games played, 280 goals, 259 assists, 539 points that comes out at, or an average of 1.6 points a game, and also 266 penalty minutes. He's been with the club a long time now. He's club captain. Hopefully we're going to see something soon that he's going to re-sign for the upcoming season. Just, yeah, wonderful player that the Tigers have been very fortunate to have. So, that concludes my 12 forwards, which also concludes my top Tigers lineup since I've been watching the team. No doubt there's going to be selections that you agree with, and no doubt there's going to be selections that you disagree with. So, please let me know, leave a comment. What have I got right? What have I got wrong? Who have I missed out? Who have I perhaps almost undersold in some ways? Please do let me know with a comment. And if you want to come on and be a guest and share your top Tigers team, or indeed your top team based upon whoever you support, please do feel free to get in contact. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to do it and get you on and get your thoughts. In terms of Eye on the Tigers, that's it for this episode. There won't be an episode next week, so I look forward to seeing you back in a couple of weeks' time when I return with episode 9. Take care. Goodbye.